Blood is a special fluid in our bodies that does many important jobs. Think of it as a superhero team that helps keep us alive and healthy. Let's learn more about what blood is and what it does. It is a liquid that flows through our body's inside tubes called blood vessels. It is made up of 4 main parts. 1. Red blood cells. These cells are like little delivery trucks. They carry oxygen from our lungs to every part of our body and bring back carbon dioxide to our lungs so we can breathe it out. Red blood cells make our blood look red. 2. White blood cells. These cells are like the body's soldiers. They help fight off germs and infections to keep us healthy. Whenever we get sick, white blood cells work extra hard to help us get better. 3. Platelets. These are tiny cell pieces that help stop bleeding when we get a cut. They stick together to form clots and plug the hole in our blood vessel like a bandage from the inside. 4. Plasma. This is the liquid part of blood. It is yellowish and carries nutrients, hormones, and waste products. Plasma makes sure that everything the body needs is transported to where it needs to go. 1. Carries oxygen and nutrients. Blood picks up oxygen from the lungs and nutrients from the food we eat. It delivers these to all the cells in our body, which need them to produce energy and stay healthy. 2. Removes waste. Blood also helps remove waste products like carbon dioxide and other substances that cells don't need. These wastes are carried to the lungs, kidneys, and liver to be removed from the body. 3. Fights infections. The white blood cells in blood are always on the lookout for germs. When they find them, they attack and destroy them to keep us from getting sick. 4. Helps heal injuries. When we get a cut or scrape, platelets in the blood help to stop the bleeding by forming clots. This is why we eventually stop bleeding and a scab forms. 5. Regulates temperature. Blood helps keep our body at the right temperature. It carries heat from inside the body to the skin, where it can be released if we get too hot. Did you know that the human body has about 5 liters, which is roughly 10 pints of blood? Blood travels around our body in a network of blood vessels that, if laid end to end, could stretch around the earth twice. Our heart works tirelessly, pumping blood to every part of our body and beating around 100,000 times a day to keep the blood moving. Remember, blood is essential for life, and taking care of our body helps keep our blood healthy. Eating well, exercising, and getting enough rest all contribute to good blood health. So let's appreciate the amazing work our blood does every day. Blood is super important for keeping us alive and healthy, but sometimes things can go wrong with our blood, leading to diseases. Let's learn about some common blood-related diseases and how they affect our bodies. Anemia happens when there are not enough red blood cells in the blood, or the red blood cells don't have enough hemoglobin, which is the part that carries oxygen. Without enough red blood cells, the body doesn't get enough oxygen, which can make you feel very tired, weak, and sometimes short of breath. Anemia can be caused by not getting enough iron from the food we eat, losing a lot of blood, or problems in how red blood cells are made. Eating foods rich in iron like spinach, red meat, and beans can help. Sometimes, doctors give special vitamins or medicines to help make more red blood cells. Leukemia is a type of cancer that affects the white blood cells. In leukemia, the body makes too many white blood cells that don't work right. The bad white blood cells can crowd out the good blood cells, making it hard for the body to fight infections, carry oxygen, and stop bleeding. The exact cause of leukemia is not known, but it involves changes in the DNA of blood cells. Doctors use treatments like chemotherapy, radiation therapy, and sometimes bone marrow transplants to help get rid of the bad white blood cells and make healthy ones. Hemophilia is a disease that affects the blood's ability to clot. People with hemophilia don't have enough clotting factors, which are proteins that help stop bleeding. Without enough clotting factors, even small cuts or bruises can cause a lot of bleeding. Internal bleeding, like in joints and muscles, can also happen and be very serious. Hemophilia is usually inherited, meaning it's passed down from parents to children through genes. People with hemophilia get treatments to replace the missing clotting factors. They need to be careful to avoid injuries and may need to get regular medical care. Sickle cell disease is a genetic disorder where red blood cells are shaped like crescents or sickles instead of round. These sickle-shaped cells can get stuck in blood vessels, blocking blood flow, causing pain, infections, and damage to organs. They also don't live as long as normal red blood cells, leading to anemia. It is inherited from parents who carry the sickle cell gene. Treatments include medicines to manage pain, prevent infections, and sometimes blood transfusions. There's also a special medicine called hydroxyurea that can help reduce symptoms. Thalassemia is a genetic disorder where the body makes an abnormal form or inadequate amount of hemoglobin. With it, red blood cells break down faster than normal, leading to anemia. This can cause fatigue, weakness, and pale skin. Thalassemia is inherited from parents who carry the gene for the disorder. Treatment may include regular blood transfusions, medicines to remove excess iron from the body, and sometimes bone marrow transplants. Understanding these blood-related diseases can help us appreciate the importance of healthy blood and how doctors work to help people with these conditions. Taking care of our overall health, eating well, and seeing a doctor regularly can help keep our blood healthy. If you or someone you know has one of these diseases, know that there are treatments and ways to manage them to live a healthy life.